So in the video how to create a cycloid, we went through the Tinkercad moves I would use to create this, which is a cycloid drive. Now, the main inspiration for that was something that was highlighted by O.T. Winter, where they produced something called an eccentric cycloid drive that had been invented by a couple of Russians. When you look at that, you might think something like that would be quite difficult to produce on a simple program like Tinkercad, and you might think that you would need, I don't know, something much more complicated with parametric capabilities. Well, it turns out you don't. Turns out you can produce that using really a couple of simple tricks. So let's have a look at how we might do that. So what we're going to need is that cycloid that we created in the previous video using those one of two methods. That is the carve it with circles or to build it parametrically. Now when we created that, it was 5 millimeters thick, and we need to reduce that to 0.2 millimeters thick. The reason for that is the printer prints at 0.2 millimeters, so what we're effectively doing is controlling the print layer by layer, and to do that we need to layer that up. So highlight it and press the copy key. Once you press the copy key, we need to move that up by 0.2 to be the next layer. Then we need to rotate it, and you rotate it by typing directly in the angle 0.25, and that'll rotate it by 1/4 of a degree. Once we've done that, we can hit that duplicate key again, and it will continue to do that. Now as you do that, you'll see that figure going up. That figure is the height of this column that we're actually making layer by layer. And there's a limitation on Tinkercad. You can't do more than 200. So you'd be able to get that 40 centimeters high at maximum, but if we just keep going until that's 30 millimeters high, my mistake, sorry. If we keep going to that's 30 millimeters high, we will have created our main cycloid drive gear. There it is. Now when we have a look at that, we can see it's a cycloid shape. It's a bit difficult to see it on this because the layers are so tight, but then what we do is highlight the whole lot and group it, and there is our cycloid drive. Now to make the eccentric driver, you have to remember how we made the eccentric for the other cycloid, and we did it this way. First of all, we took this disc at 20 and this disc at 26, and we lined them up. You line them up to the edge of one disc and the centre of the other. Then we took this 8 millimeter hole and the 26 millimeter disc and again lined them up. But this time you line them up to the centre of the 26 millimeter disc. Now what you've got is an eccentric. If we get rid of that, merge that, that's the eccentric that we used in the original drive mechanism that we designed. Here, to make it an eccentric cycloid, again we need to make this at 0.2 millimeters because we're going to do it the same stepwise fashion. This one, what we need to do is make that at 0.1 millimeter because later we're going to delete this. To make it easier to delete, we need to make it virtually massive, so make it 50 by 50. And now we want to line them up again, because Tinkercad has a peculiarity. It will rotate around the centre of the largest shape that it understands. So if we just rotate this, what will happen is that hole will rotate around and we won't get the cycloid we want. We want to rotate that around that hole, which is going to be the drive axle for our cycloid. And to do that, what we need to do is unmerge them for a second, line that up with that large disc, but line it up again to that central hole. Now the large one that it remembers will be this large outer disc, and if we merge all of those, it will rotate the eccentric but keep this in the same place, which again is exactly what we want. And so we can perform the same trick. We can just duplicate it, raise it by 2. Now we need that eccentric to go around 360 degrees, and we're going to use 150 steps. So 360 over 150 is 2.4 degrees, and that's what we need to raise it by. So copy it, raise it. Now it's sensitive to the order in which you do these things. So make sure you do the raise first, then the degree rotation of 2.4, and it will create a copy, rise it up, and as you can see, rotate it by 2.4 degrees. And we just need to keep on doing that by clicking the repeat button. Once we've got our stack 30 millimeters high, we can highlight the whole lot, and then we can ungroup it. Once it's ungrouped, rotate it on its edge, and this is why we made this 50. We just want to select the very edge of it so that we get rid of those and then just delete them. And now you can see we've got our cycloid driver right there with the right shape with it, and again we can group all of that and we will get our driver, so now we can print them. So there are the parts I've printed out. There's a couple of axles, the eccentric cycloid, its driver, and a little frame and a turn handle. First thing, put one of the axles through the eccentric cycloid and just glue it in place. When you've done that, take one half of the frame and drop the main gear into the frame. With the eccentric, line it up and drop the other axle through the eccentric and then through the frame, making sure that it engages. Take the other half of the frame, slide it over those two and glue it in place. Now there's a small spacer right there, wants to be glued on one side, says he. There we go, stop chasing it about. One side of the axle and then the turn handle on the other side of that small axle. And then I've got a little base there and we can glue that onto the base. And there it is. Now I'm sorry this is in black, I created this a while ago when I was using up old black filament, but I put a little paper flag there so when I turn the eccentric drive, the cycloid turns, and it's quite the gear ratio. So the advantage of something like that is, of course, if you know how to do it, then you can make these cycloids in any size you want rather than being restricted to what it is you can copy, because they are very compact devices to give very large gear ratios. This is something like 10:1 in this small gear package. But that's how you do it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching.